What's up everybody, Shane here, and as I promised before, I told you I was going to work on this Toy Store MOC that I found on Rebrickable, which is a rebricked MOC of the apartment building from the Bookshelf modular set. I told you I was going to work on it, improve it, make it way better. I did that, so let's take a look at it. Welcome back everybody. So yes, I spent a few evenings working on this and I'm pretty happy with it. So what I had to do though is I did have to dip into my own part catalog in order to be able to make this what I wanted. I still used 100% of the pieces that came from the set. I also added some more. So because of that, I'm not going to do instructions or anything for this. I'll just kind of do a detailed-ish video here so that if you have this and you want to make it a little bit bigger, make it a little bit more realistic, add the stairways in it that I was talking about and whatnot, you'll definitely be able to do that here. I'm just a lot happier with it. Now, before we get up close, let me give you a quick overview of some of the things that I did. So in order to make this really work, I did have to make it wider. I made it, I believe, 4 studs wider, or deeper, I should say, in order to encompass the stairways, because from the first to the second floor, the stairway actually doesn't come out anywhere. It now does. I added a stairway from the second to the third floor now, and there is a lot more space for those to be there. I added space, but then you lose a lot because of stairs. That's the one kind of rough thing about small, only 16 wide buildings. When you add a stairway, you lose 4 studs at least wide, and then you lose about 16 studs or maybe like 12 studs long for the stairway and the opening to come to the next floor. So you do lose a little bit of space, but I think the trade-off is way better because it looks like a more complete building. I went ahead and shifted the balcony off the back a bit, and it's now connected to the second floor. So when we take that off, the balcony hangs off and it's got a little bit of an overhang there, but it sits very securely on there. So I'm happy with that. And then I changed up the front a little bit. So let's get closer and I'll walk you through what I did. Okay, so here we have the front of the building, and you'll see a few small changes here. I added a wee bench right there to the middle. I added a second nutcracker guard. I think they look absolutely fantastic, kind of having 2 of them there. The one was cool, but man, 2 is way better. So I really did like that. And then around the back, here you can see this looks the same. It's using other plates, but at least having that balcony kind of stick off the back. I thought about maybe doing some type of archway down here. I don't have any more of these colors with arches, so might need to figure that out, but again, it is on there very securely, and I'll show you the bottom of it. So going into the first floor, I did not change much in here yet. I did fully tile off all of the steps going up. I had to take off this 1x1 round and add a 1x1 tile onto there because the tiles actually stick through the back here, and that's what secures these steps against the wall, which is really cool. I'm still going to move the cash register out 1 stud just to give her a little more space in the back, because I feel it's a little bit too tight right now, and I think some more space will be better. So this terrarium that's up top, I think that's going to end up going away because I'm not terribly happy with it, and I want to do some other type of display there. So that would be another upgrade for a later time, but for right now, the terrarium is going to stay there. Okay, second floor. This is where most of the design changes happen. Again, as you can tell, it is much deeper than it was before. And here you can see the plate work underneath to be able to hold on that back. These are just 2 4x8 plates that are on here, and then I added some 1x1 plates and then some 2x plates here to really secure that in and to give it a little more depth, because 1 plate was just too thin, I thought. But otherwise, the back porch is basically unchanged. Oh, I did bought some more of these decorative fences, so these are all decorative fences. The regular rail fencing I moved here to the inside. Inside the regular rail I used right here just to go around where the steps comes up. And this is pretty much unchanged. There's a little plant in the corner there. Here is the rug with the with the table and 2 chairs, and then the little kitchenette area right there in the corner. But otherwise, yeah, I tried to keep the walls. Again, you're not going to see these walls from the front, so it really doesn't matter. But when you come inside, I wanted them to kind of be cohesive. So this is like an all tan wall. This is all of that teal, and this is all of that light. I want to say it's either light blue or light azure. I'm not sure what the correct color for that is, but I had to use a few other colors in there here and there because, again, try and use the entire set. But I think the back looks good now, and I think all the different sides look better. Okay, and then the top floor, again, also much wider. I dipped in and got some more. This walls are kind of like, again, if I ever feel like I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of these greenish colors, again, these teal colors, to redo all the walls and make it complete. But for now, just using some gray brick like they do in the original rebrickable model. And I tried to make the back all one color. You know, again, this one brick on the bottom is fine, and then there's at least a pattern for the rest of the bricks on there, just fine. But again, the top is mostly, again, unchanged. This table was downstairs, I moved it upstairs. There's the couch, there's this other table there, and then there is the bed. Now, I did have a lot of these parts because this was a used set I bought for very cheap off of eBay. A lot of these slopes here, these arches, were cracked. A lot of them were cracked. So I just got my new Bricklink order in, which had new arches in them, and I was able to replace all of those. So now none of them are cracked anymore and they look way better. And then I used 2 more railings that I had just to kind of add those, and you can see it's just really, honestly, just perfect the way that the stairs come up right to it there. It's really hard to see that, but yeah, it just comes up absolutely great there. And the same thing with the first floor where the stairs come up. It just lines up so nicely, and I'm very happy for how that looks. You can see that tile, and then it comes up to the studs there. Looks great. And then for the roof, I redid the roof because before I had an extra set of plates and I liked the way that that spacing looked. I have since changed my mind, and I just had to extend it a little bit. So I had some 4x6 plates that I put on there, and then just added a few more on the bottom. This is from the original set. It was up top, kind of like how this one was. It was right here, but just kind of kicking that down another 6 studs. Actually, the roof goes on the top floor, not on the second floor. So that's why I was like, wait a second, that looks weird. Nope, it looks like that. And I think that looks way better. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much complete for the most part. Again, just kind of adding more details to the first floor, maybe some different type of toys. I might look online, see if I can find any YouTube videos where people have done like some micro builds of toys, but the fact that it has the train on the front, and then it has the tanker car and the airplane in there, there's gotta be something else. Again, with toy soldiers out front, maybe a rocket, because there's a rocket in the recent gift with purchase for the Christmas season. It's the little vendor, they have a rocket. I could put a rocket in there. Maybe it's teddy bears or something like that, because I got a bunch of teddy bears that are laying around. So I think there is some other options, some shelving that I could put on the right side of this to make it look a little bit better. But for now, I'm very happy with it. I think it looks better. It functions as an actual house now, or as an actual building, because I don't like when they don't have stairs. You can't get from one floor to the other or room to room. You can now do that. So very happy with this, and I hope I gave enough details in the video. So again, if you wanted to replicate this, buy the MOC or get the MOC on Rebrickable, build it, and then you can kind of see the changes that I made, and maybe it'll help you as you're building yours. If you want to make it bigger or make it a little bit more complete, you'll be able to do that now with this video. So thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Happy building.